show today, we meet the wonderful Ritesh Deshmukh, who talks about his and his wife Janelia's experience of becoming parents for the second time.
I was changing Rian's diaper and he started peeing. Now I'm catching it. I'm trying to figure out what do I do with this because it's going right on the floor.
A powwow with three interesting mums who talk about their unique experiences of bringing up their children.
First 2 years with twins is always, a little harder, but after that, it's double fun.
I always get nostalgic when I look back at the footage of when our kids were very little. Thanks to my family and an excellent team of doctors, we're all happy and healthy.
Just like there is growth and development of a child, there is growth and development of a parent.
And a wonderful surprise awaits a doting, full-time working mum of two, courtesy Pepper Fry.
The day couldn't be better than this. This is outstanding, beautiful.
The first few years after the babies are born are filled with so much joy and lots of adventures. So we thought it would be interesting to meet a few wonderful mums and hear about their first few years.
So, let's start at the very beginning. Abrekha, when you were pregnant, did you read up a lot or did you do a lot of preparation or did you have lots of people giving you advice before you actually delivered?
I was very much excited for the new things coming in my life. My baby was bringing a lot of happiness already.
Yeah.
And while raising my two children, I have my own share of superstitions ranging from funny ones to the serious ones. Like call them from different names so that they stay away from any bad power or evil power. And when my younger one got his first tooth when he was just 3 months old, and now there was a set of people who was telling me that now we should stop this natural growth because it means that there's something related to the previous birth.
Really?
But I read through internet, I read through books, I consulted my doctor, and I realized that it is a natural phenomena and anything which is growing naturally should not be tampered unless it is harming.
That's very interesting because sometimes some of these things, even though you know practically that you shouldn't believe them, it can play on your mind, right? So that's a very practical way of dealing with it. Now coming to you, Aloka, you of course are really into a lot of natural things, right from home birthing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this whole natural approach.
First years of both my kids were very different.
Okay.
When I had my first son, though I was already writing like a natural, nutritional, evolutionary blog, I still put myself totally in the doctor's hands and, did things just the, conventional way.
Right.
And then after he was born, I just felt like somebody like me who's read so much, knows so much, trusts in my body so much. Why am I just, becoming a patient when it comes to something so natural as giving birth? So I just decided to do it at home in water with midwives, and it was just a very empowering, beautiful experience.
Really?
Yeah.
So at home in water. So how did your family react to this decision? Were they supportive?
I didn't tell anyone because there's a lot of fear around birth, and I didn't want to have any, negative thoughts around it because I knew people would just be like, "What are you doing? You're crazy."
Honestly, I really do believe each to their own. I personally had my kids born in a hospital with the doctors and all, and for me all went well. But I do see that one has to be able to do what they want to do and what works for them as a family. So Neha, coming to you with twins, I find life is very hectic with two boys who are less than 2 years apart, but twins is a different story. So how were those first few years with twins?
Initial first 2 years with twins is always, a little harder or difficult. But after that, it's fun. It's double fun. And in fact, my husband has been a great support. I always call him as a second mommy to my twins. And we are two mommies taking care of two babies. So I would say that's a wonderful support system I always had with twins. And that's why I feel more blessed to have two boys at one go.
Yeah, no, and I think that's for everyone. So Aloka, tell us a little bit about being a lactation counselor.
When I had my first baby, still I had so many questions, so many doubts that I really felt that I really wanted to help new mums at this really crucial and difficult time, because if you want to have a breastfeeding relationship with your baby, that support initially is invaluable, and then you can just become a pro at it and go on. Now I'm very happy helping mothers before and after they've had a baby, being there for them, telling them they're doing a great job. I think that's all mothers need initially.
That's really great. Now, coming to you, Neha, I think as a, the head of a community of mums, you must be hearing lots of interesting stories. So how does it work? Because it's a big responsibility in a way when there's a huge community that's perhaps looking at you for some guidance.
So basically, every family is different, every child is different, every mother is different.
Yeah.
So again, it's an individual decision. What we give them as advice as a community head or expert panel, we always tell them to do what they feel is right. Be a unique mom to your unique kid.
Yeah.
Take advice gracefully, accept it, say thank you, and do what you feel is right for your baby because you know your baby the most.
Absolutely. No, I think that's I think that's great advice because otherwise it's just so much information that it's difficult to know what to filter out. One thing also that I must say, things can be difficult, but you can also have the best time, ever. Yeah. So holidays, for example, people used to say, take your trips now, after the babies come, that's it. And it's nonsense, right? You have to, if you enjoy every phase of life, you enjoy it. For me, say like the shoots here at the Taj, Land's End, my kids, the biggest treat for them because they love coming to the Taj is to come at the end of the shoot, have a tub bath, eat dinner, and that's their little staycation for a little holiday.
And that's the way you gel your work with pleasure, rather than complaining or cribbing about what your schedule is, try to fit in. I always say, we women are engineered very beautifully. I feel if we don't stretch, we rust.
So on a closing note, is there anything you'd like to say to other mums out there who may be in those first few years or maybe about to deliver or just reminiscing and wanting to have another? Any tips?
There's a lot of fear in the baby's first few days. I've heard people saying, don't hold the baby all the time. But I would just say that enjoy being with them, holding them close, let them be near you and close to you.
That's lovely to hear. Abreka, anything you'd like to say?
Whatever you're doing for your child, before experimenting or implementing any home remedy or anything, just be well informed, be well aware of what you are doing because ultimately you are accountable for your child. Nothing can guarantee happiness and happiness is within. So with this, I would just like to wish everyone a very happy parenting.
And Neha,
admit your failures, but ask for help. Go out to your community. Try to meet mothers like you all. So that will give you a lot of positive parenting tips. What I do for myself is I try to be a better parent tomorrow than what I am today. Because whatever bad or good I'm doing today, tomorrow I'll try to improve on it.
That's lovely. And I think, you all touched upon the honest truth that we all make mistakes as well. So I hope this has helped some of you out there or at least maybe got you nostalgic or maybe entertained you. So thank you. On today's Powwow, we had a full-time working mom who later talked to me about how she'd love to do up her children's room but hasn't had much time to. I mentioned this to Pepper Fry and they very generously offered to give her some furniture from the Mollycoddle range of Pepper Fry for her children's room. It's a surprise for Abreka. So let's see what she and her kids think. Hi, welcome.
What a surprise.
You like it?
The day couldn't be better than this. This is outstanding, beautiful.
Daksh, you like it? Huh? Oh. This is a cot.
Sure, okay.
You want to go in the cot? And then this is a changing station with a cabinet.
With growing children, you have a lot of things growing along. So I think this is beautifully designed and it's going to be really useful.
You like these chairs?
Go sit.
And there's a chair for you also, so you can sit and relax while they're playing.
Yeah.
So I hope you like the room.
Very much. This is very sophisticated, very space-friendly and very beautifully conceptualized in terms of space, in terms of design. And it's very safe for children because there are no sharp edges. Especially this cot, my younger one is very excited to see because they always wanted an enclosure, a room within a room kind of thing.
Safe.
So it feels very safe and it's beautifully designed.
I'm so glad that you like it.
Thank you so much, Tara.
Thank you,
Pepper Fry. Thank you, team. Well, the Tara Sharma Show is a blessing for working mothers like us who don't have time to read books with respect to the child development and so on. And each episode is so beautifully conceptualized and compiled that it's an experience on its own. To sum up in one word, the Tara Sharma Show is fantabulous. I am in best phase of my life and I'll cherish this moment for a lifetime.